Hello, my name is Laura Walker, and I am a student teacher with Grand Canyon University. I'm currently seeking my master's in elementary education. I am student teaching at Helen Hunt Jackson Elementary School here in Temecula, California. My philosophy in teaching is that every student deserves to have an education where they are inspired, where they are motivated, and where they have someone that believes in them. I believe that every student deserves to have somebody that thinks that they are enough. And I also believe that every student deserves to have the tools and the guidance as well as the motivation to succeed. At a very young age, I came to the United States. I am an immigrant from Mexico, and I was always taught that education was something that no one can ever take away. I was always told that education was very, very respected. And I also was always told and taught that education was very important. It only took one teacher to believe in me. It was my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Wilcox, and I will never forget her. She always believed in me, and she gave me my strength, my ability to believe in myself, of course, with the help of my parents, supporting family. I was always taught that I was able to do anything I wanted. I want my students to also believe that, and I want my students to have the tools that they need, and I want them to believe that they can be successful. One of the things that I do in the classroom that uses technology is I utilize what our district has in place. We use a software called Seesaw, and I have been using it now with my student teaching, and I'm able to create lessons that my students will be engaged in. So I make it fun, and I also make it engaging for them so that they can participate and they can use what their device has to offer. So I believe that this is important because technology is going to be something that's going to be part of their lives in the future, especially in the future. And if we give them the tools and teach them how to use these things, it will only benefit them. Another thing that I do believe that I do as an educator is I hold my faith very, very close to my heart. I'm a kidney transplant recipient, and I have had a few challenges with my journey in becoming a student teacher. And one of the things I did have is kidney failure. And I believe that with my faith, being a Christian, I believe that that made me succeed, and it pushed me and it made me persevere with finishing my degree. So that's one thing that I believe that I can bring to my students is being a good role model and showing them that they can succeed, even if sometimes we have some difficulties or some obstacles, that there is no one in the way and that they are able to accomplish anything that they put their minds to. One of the things that I, as a Christian, also believe is that serving our community is very important. When I was younger, I had very, very good teachers and lots of help from many, many people, mostly teachers, and a lot of guidance with just being an immigrant. And now that I have the tools and now that I have the ability to help others, I do so. I do some community service, and since my husband's in the Marine Corps, I do love helping our fellow Marines. So I do that by providing them with meals, or we do also coach sports at our base here in where we're at in California. So I believe being a good role model, not just in the school, but outside of the school, is a very important thing to do as an educator. So my journey with student teaching has definitely made me reflect a lot on what it does mean to be an educator. So I've learned to collaborate with some of the teachers at our school, and I think that's very important because teaching is not something that is just done solo. It is done with the help and the guidance of veteran teachers and new teachers like myself. I believe that we do benefit from talking to more experienced teachers, and also we may also inspire other teachers as well. So it's really important to just collaborate and get to know everybody, and also just draw on each other's strengths and really get some feedback, because you never know what you may learn. As an educator, you're a lifelong learner. I tell that to my students every day. I'm always learning. Mrs. Walker's always learning. Sometimes I make mistakes, and it is important to understand that we are human, but the goal is progress. It's not perfection, but progress. As an educator, I do hold myself to a very high standard, and I also hold my students to a high standard, but I do have grace, because I do believe that students need to be thought of as learners, and I always tell my students that I will always show grace to them, but that I do believe what they are capable of doing. And I really, really hope that my students have enjoyed me being in the classroom, and they most certainly know that I have enjoyed being in the classroom with them, and they've taught me so many things so far. So thank you for watching.